DC here. Hi guys and gals. Well, excuse me. Well, starting well. This is take 2. Yeah, card was full and I just started the video and I forgot to check if the card was full or not, and it was. So I spoke just a few minutes. Okay, so it's Sunday evening. I hope you're all well. And usually I don't make videos that often on Sunday evenings, but we had the family over. We had a good barbecue, and everybody was over with the kids and everything. And I didn't make a video with the kids. We just took a few pictures, had fun. You know, it's kind of a bit more complicated because we had to stay inside. There was a bit of rain, and everything was wet, and so. But we had a good time, and yeah, I mean, slowly, things are getting back to normal, but they are far not. Yeah. Was it yesterday? I think it was. I put up a video, sorry, not a video, a picture on Facebook. I'm going to show it to you. And it was this. Some of you might have seen it. It was me, of course, winter. We're not in winter anymore, luckily, aren't we? But it was me mushing, and in front of a kind of a shack somewhere in the middle of the woods. And I am part of a group called the Eastern Township site. I've talked about it in the last video, I think. And we're putting up things, you know, about that we remember from our past and so on. And this is one where it was really kind of interesting because in today's situation, people would have loved to have that shack. Actually, when I was a kid, we were really fascinated with it. It was off the main beaten track. You'd have to go really on a dirt road that in winter was barely possible to drive on, and this is 50 years ago. I know that today actually it's more accessible, but then you had to go off on a path which was only accessible in the winter when, well, snowmobiles or on foot or whatever like that. And in the summer, I suppose it would be with bicycles, but, you know, they didn't have any bicycles like that. You know, they all-terrain type bikes and so on. And, yeah, I mean, there was a lot of stories going on in the village, of course, about what was going on in this shack. But, like I say, let's put all our minds in the gutter and put it away for a few minutes. Maybe it was happening, maybe it wasn't. I don't care. But like I say, when we were kids, it was like, wow, somebody's got a little cabin in the woods. And I don't know, if it was something that was fascinating. It was a log cabin. And it wasn't even in bad shape, you know. It was a lot of fun. Now, the comments I got in the for that picture, some people knew about it because, of course, I'm talking about 50 years ago. And one of the things is that you do realize is that for us, when I was a kid, this was like, you know, really in the middle of nowhere. And in today's world where, you know, even villages, you know, have to build to accommodate for extra population and so on, well, you know, it's not anymore. It was like closer to the village. But I wonder what it looks like, you know, 50 years after. It was already like a shack then. But it's interesting. I was just wondering, you know, have you had any of those, you know, hidden things like that where you would not have known it existed if you hadn't, you know, fell upon it, like like a hidden shack in the woods? Because this really was the case at the time. Only a few people really knew about it at the time, but of course, once people started to know about it, it's got its notorious reputation. Yeah. Albeit nobody would ever admit that they'd been to it, except for one or two guys who would say, well, it was our snowmobile club. Maybe that's all it was. Yeah. But it's funny. It's funny. You know, today's world, you know, people, I mean, like here, you know, people go into the mountains and they have their little cabins and so on. But that's different. You know, you show that to people over here and they just start fantasizing about, you know, my little cabin in the woods. And it was nice. What was your opinion on? I mean, not our opinion, but when you were kids, how was it? I mean, like, I know that we had, not far from where I lived, there was some some kids that had made also a tree house and stuff like that, and in the woods, and we would like to go to it when the people, I mean the kids, weren't there, and just to look at it, it was like wow, stuff like that. There's a fascination for children, and I would say even up to this case, I was a teenager there, a young teenager, like 12, 13 probably. About little cabins and so on. I mean, even like I was looking at that with Mrs. DC this week, like little houses that you can build for the kids so that they can play house and play cowboys and Indians. Do people still play that? Is it still allowed? Cops and robbers. Oh my goodness, cops. Is that still allowed? Disfranchise justice people or whatever. Call them whatever you want. You know what I mean. I mean, whatever. Play house. One of my cousins, when we used to go to their place, they had a little house, you want to call it a doll house? I don't think you could call it that, but a little cabin. I don't know how come that they had that, but we love to go there just to be able to go in and to say, oh, this is my house, I can play here, and adults don't come here, and so on. And there's something about, being a kid and probably projecting yourself into adulthood and saying, this is my home, I can play around here. Maybe it was that. So if I get back to that cabin, that shack in the woods, maybe people were just, saying, hey, I'm playing house. This is my place. Well, Mrs. DC's coming up. I guess that she's getting ready to go to bed. Okay, she's working tomorrow. So, having said that, maybe I'll stop the vlog here then. Okay, tell me about it. What do you think about that? How often have you wanted to have your own little cabin, your own little shack in the woods to play house or not play house? Okay, so that'll be it for now. DC signing off. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.